Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Yesterday, I know I said that I'm going to start the bell on Monday, but I've decided that it's today instead. So we're going to do this today. We're going to start doing all the metal work for the headstock. Should be fun. I don't think I'll get it all done in one day because it's quite tedious welding this still. And I'm very sorry because yesterday we were meant to include 2 photographs in the video, but we completely forgot about it in the edit. I apologise. Ryan apologises profusely.
Sorry, profusely.
Profusely. I can't actually say that properly. So here they are now. This is how the bell used to be hung. And there's another photo of the entire framework, which included loads of other bells, which is called a carillon, which is like it sort of makes chimes and you can play sort of notes and music, I think. Anyway, that's how it used to be hung. I don't know what church it came from. There's also a funny story about this bell because we never mentioned it when we first bought it with the gentleman, but in a previous email with him, he said the bell was stolen from his property and it was discovered in a lake a year later.
Wow.
So this bell's actually been in a lake for over a year. We didn't actually ask him about it when we collected it, but he said that in the email. So it's got a bit of history. It's been stolen, it's been recovered, and now it's going to be hanging in this convent. So yeah, down to business. I've been busy this morning. When we arrived here, we had a quick coffee and I've been working on it already. I've actually made a steel strap. I need 2 of these that go around both parts of the headstock, and a huge bolt will go through the center all the way down, and that will hold the top half on really, really well. But I've made one. I've just got to sort of tidy up the welding because my welding is atrocious. Atrocious. It looks like a bird pooed on it. That's what my welding looks like. So bear with me a little bit because I'm not a professional. So I've got my steel. The next bit that I need to do is shape this very long piece. It's freezing cold. I need to do a cut here, halfway through, and then bend it all the way down. And then here again, I'm going to cut it and bend it so it goes all the way back. It's going to be welded to this other part that I've already made, and it's going to go further back, and that's going to be bolted also into it. And then off of this piece, which is going to come down here, I'm going to attach the big bit of the steel shaft. I'm going to weld it on. It's going to be welded and welded and welded, and it will never come off. So let's do the first cut here and see how it looks. Safety first. I know a lot of you in the comments always go on about it, and I do agree with you. It's just I don't care about my own health. No, I'm joking. I'm just squaring the edge. So it's perfect. I always find these are the best set squares you can get. These are just brackets for literally anything, but they work perfect with squaring steel off. So that's now a perfect 90-degree bend. Should we see if it fits? Obviously this has got to be welded because it's got no strength at the moment, but it's going to be good. Look at that. That's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So now I've got to do another cut here, and this has got to bend inwards. So let's do that. That should do it. What do you think? Looks good?
Looks symmetrical.
Yeah, well it should be. And then this gets welded, this gets welded. This goes majority underneath the entire wooden piece. And then from here, the steel pivot goes on, which will be welded on very well because it's the only thing holding the whole thing up. Yeah, I could do some more additions maybe to make it a bit stronger, but to be entirely honest, I think it's going to be perfect. Did you know that 1 inch of steel can hold between a ton and 2 ton?
Wow.
So there you go. Let's see if it fits. I don't want it to tip over. That appears to fit perfectly. So the section here will need cutting, welding to the bracket, and then sure that will be perfect. And then these pieces will be bolted through. I'd say 3 bolts here. And then I could also do like this here, so it doesn't move. I mean, the bell's not going to be used very much anyway. It's literally just so there's a bell back in the tower, but it will work perfectly, I'm sure of it. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. So let me just take a few measurements and then we'll start welding up these sections. Just going to cut it there, weld those sections, and then just mark where we're going to put the bolts through. That's just not completely square. Maybe the wood's not completely square. Oh! Look at that. It was made to fit like that. Yeah, that's beautiful. Weld, weld, and then weld onto that. And that whole piece then can come off, and then it can be painted, the wood can be treated, and then we can do a final assembly, putting it all back on once the wood's been stained and treated, varnished. This is all painted, might paint it black just to protect it from the elements. But yeah, it will be fab. What do you think, Ryan? Feast your eyes upon that little weld. I mean, it's not 100% perfect, I'm not a professional, but it's much stronger than it was when I cut it, and that will never break, not with that bell on it. So let's do the other side, and then I don't know what we'll do, just keep cracking on.
Hi Sean, what are you doing in the kitchen?
Hello Ryan, in the kitchen I'm masking up and painting some door frames. We're coming to the last bit now, so just cutting in and then I'll be out of here. So yeah, it's going good.
Fabulous. I see you've done a great job on the rest of the patch and paint work in the room. You can't really tell where you've painted, to be honest, so that's a good sign.
It's always a good sign, yeah, thank you very much. So yeah, we're gonna paint these black. At the moment, as you can see, they're white. So tying with a colour theme, give these 2 coats of black it'll take to do this. So yeah, that's the last thing in here really. Then we can move back in and start using it as a kitchen. So first coat is done on the frame. This is an electrical cupboard. This is where Billy stores his electrical stuff. So yeah, this black just picks up all the theme throughout and makes a really lovely contrast, I think you'll agree. So one coat done, I'm on to the second coat on the door now, so let's crack on.
This has taken me all day long, Ryan, but it's looking good. I'll just show you quickly. Let me turn off the welder. What do you think?
Love it.
I've sort of tack welded most of it, and I really need to tidy it up on Monday, but it's getting there. So this essentially goes over the headstock. I'll show you quickly. That's as far as it goes at the moment, just because I need to plane one side. It's not completely straight, and as straight as I've made this metal frame, it's not perfect. I'm not very good at welding, but I can stick metal together. That's about as well as my skill set is for this sort of thing, but you can sort of understand how it's going to work now. That goes over that. That bolts through, that bolts through, and that bolts through. So it's going to be solid. Steel and wood are going to be marriage together. Can't actually talk properly. And the steel rod will go here. You understand?
Yes. And the whole thing's going to pivot.
Yeah, the whole thing's going to pivot. So there's going to be another one of these at the other end. And yeah, it's going to be fantastic. I'm trying to make it so I can remove this and then it can be painted and put back on, and you know, it just means it can be removed at any point and put back on. Just got to undo the bolts, and yeah, it is quite straight. I'll just show you, sort of. One of them. Part of it is burning my hand because it's red hot from welding still. That bit there's a bit wonky. Ah, it doesn't matter. So yeah, it is going well. Oh, that's not touching there because I just put a weld underneath there and it hasn't been cleaned off yet. But it's going to be good. It's just going to take me ages. So I'll continue with this on Monday, and then hopefully I can start the other one on Monday. And then possibly midweek or the end of the week, we can test fit the bell. And then if all is well, we can take it up the bell tower. We're actually going to be winching it up there. I've got a winch that lifts 600 kilos. So what we'll do is, we'll lift this up first with the pivots that will go in place, and that will all get bolted down, and then we'll bring the bell up and then bolt it to it. It's going to be fun, it's going to be dangerous, somebody might get killed, but that's the fun of these vlogs, you know, waiting for someone to die. No, I'm joking, I don't know what I'm talking about. So yeah, good fun.
See you on Monday.
See you all on Monday.